Okay, the members of the United Student Associate USA are committed to nurturing our community by fostering a comfortable and supportive environment. We advocate for the needs and interests of the diverse student body at South Seattle College. We strive to accomplish this commitment by promoting and encouraging self-development, community involvement, and culture sensitivity. And for land acknowledgement, could Rose read it?
Yeah, we would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish, people past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe.
Thank you. Then I will move on to the roll call. So today, Addie absent, Evelyn, I don't know, maybe absent. I will change it if she come here today. Elena absent, and everybody else present. And then for agenda, I can go through my agenda first, and if anyone else had anything in their agenda, just put in the chat. So I would like to talk about Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. The event is gonna be on Tuesday, May 24th, from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. at Uni 100. So I talked to Rachel, and I think like she need to promote it. So Monica, could I like send you the draft email, and then could you send it to someone that can send it to all the student body?
If the program is originating, this is the AAPI Heritage Month program that you're referring
Yes.
to? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's best if if the program who's actually sponsoring it sends it out. I can talk to Rachel about that. I can follow up with Rachel. If they don't have the means to it, then maybe we can do it. But usually we just send out programs that we're responsible for, because then we might get other emails back on it. But I know we're a co-sponsor, so I'll follow up with Rachel.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, so I'm gonna be there, and if anyone are interested, you can be there too, to present the student leadership. And then I would like to continue plan for the barbecue. So Monica, so how the student life planning it?
Yeah, so we have a meeting today. I'm not sure if you all saw the email invite. I believe it was at 12:30. We're going to meet to discuss the June 9th campus barbecue. So I think we put Fung, Rose, Evelyn on that email, but if anybody is available to attend, we can forward the Zoom link to you, but that's at 12:30 today.
I got an email that is about graduation fair and is happening at 12:30. Is it the same room?
It is. It's the same. We're combining the grad fair
Oh.
with this student barbecue, right? So graduates, that's how it all kind of started, that they were trying to create a program that would encourage graduates to come to campus to pick up information and get excited about graduation. And so then we're kind of combining it with other activities.
Oh, I think
Okay.
I can join.
Yeah, I seen the email. I can join too. And Renee told me that she will connect to you. Has she connected to you, Monica?
No, I haven't not heard from Renee, but if you want to forward that email to her with the Evite, maybe that would be a good idea, because then she could be in the meeting too and just be on, everyone's on the same page.
Okay, yeah.
And if she can't
Okay.
make it, today, because it's such short notice, that's okay. Well, you know, we'll follow up with her.
Cause she can like find someone like a entertainer like tarot reading, or like the you know, like the hand wax. I don't know how they call, but like she has an idea for doing that. So she would like to discuss too. Yeah, I will forward that email to her.
Thank you.
I also have a friend who does professional tarot readings and like does natal charts for people and stuff. If you want, I could reach out to them and see if they have availability on that day if we don't have someone else.
Thank you. Okay, and Evelyn already planned her idea, and then I'm gonna support the CAE part. And yeah. And then I sent an email with Rachel to ask if she wanna meet the USA. And then she said that she available on June 1st. Is that okay? If you want to see her, if she can see her. I mean, yeah, if we can see her on June 1st. Monica, are we gonna have any guests on June 1st?
I haven't actually been keeping track of that. The only date I know is President Rosie will be at your meeting on May 25th. But usually our communications officer keeps track of that, or Addie, the president, and that's been a little bit hard, I know, this quarter. But as far as I know, I think June 1st is open.
Okay.
But yeah, Rachel would be great to have before the end of the quarter, just to hear about how that program, that federal grant is impacting students, and how you can let students, you know, become aware of it too.
Okay. All right. I will let Addie know. And then I can say the application. So as I see so far, there is only one applicant.
I've received a few transcripts from students, so if it hasn't been officially submitted, they're probably working on it. But I talked to about 3 students this last week who were interested in applying, and we did a big push. I think we're doing all the marketing we can right now on social media. We did the email to 3,200 students. We've got the updated flyer. We've got it hopefully all on our social media pages. I sent an email to faculty and staff to post on their Canvas pages. And the deadline is this Friday. So is there anything else that we should do? Because this might be the last time that we can push it, because otherwise we're getting too late to the end of the quarter with hiring and the shadowing with the new officers and you that are outgoing. Were there any more class visits scheduled, Fung?
No, I finished all the class visit, and yeah, there was only one teacher sign up the form, so I have to like go and ask other teacher in person, like verbally. And yeah, we visited like 5 classes, me and Elena. Yeah. And I have a question, Monica. So if I would like our social media to share like a flyer, who should I contact to? Like Anne or
Well, Anne and Anna, you got all the social media logons, right? You can post a flyer too? I know Anna
yes.
and Anne have been meeting every week to kind of go over things. Yeah, she says yes in the chat. I know Anne is still willing to help with things too, so I would email it to both of them.
Okay. I will send them the. Okay.
Are there any other ideas that people have for marketing your positions for next year's team and leaving a legacy so that, you know, my experience in advising student government, if we can get at least a core group of, you know, like this year it was Fung, Annie, Anne, and Addie. Those three, you know, were hired now in spring quarter. And then they carried the vision and the hiring and the load over summer and early fall to get all of the rest of you hired on. So it's real important that we have at least a core group of 3, 4, you know, it would be great if we had a full team of 8, but if we only have like 1 or 2 people that we hire here, it's tough because then it falls on a lot of their shoulders to kind of represent, you know, the whole team. So if there's any other things you can do to make announcements in your classes, you know, to remind Trio that maybe you can make some announcements over there. That now's the time, because after Friday we probably won't do it anymore because, like I said, it can take a month just to hire people on, if not more.
Yeah.
So what will happen is if we get 3 or 4 people, we'll, you know, have them shadow with you until your last day of work in June. Get as much information as possible, you know, from your experience working on USA this year. And then that team will take over and we'll have to recruit new officers in the fall.
I see. Yes, I will, well, I'm gonna have to make an announcement, at my art class, and then I can talk more about like, um, the application for USA on, yeah, tomorrow. Hopefully more students. In my class, there are like 20 something students. So hopefully one of them or some of them can apply.
Yeah, and does everyone else have the flyer and everything? Just again, to make sure you can get it out in your circles that you're, you know, your other groups that you're involved with or individual students that you can email that to.
Yeah, I think I would do that. Like to promote this position, especially for some of my classmates that is from environment science. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. So Evelyn, would you like to talk about your agenda?
Okay. May I share my screen? I think it's more clear to do it in that way. Oh,
Okay, you can go ahead.
okay. So, Monica, earlier we talked about this one. Oh, I could wait. Can you see that? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're talking about this organization and they have the biking every day, but I think they didn't actually organize to have the biking day. Instead, they just have a celebration and it's in the location. But it's good that we can grab some like bagel coffee and kind of probably have some speech, I guess. You can see some detail here. So I found another organization that they do have, I don't know what's the name. Let me see. This organization, I'm not sure whether you have heard of it, but they do have the similar program that we want on May 20, and there are many stations that alongside we are biking to this station, then we will be able to get some like free coffee or what. It's like different station have different thing. For this one, they have free banana coffee or smoothie, and this one have some bakery stuff or coffee like that. And so if we want to do this, we kind of need to organize our student by ourselves. And another thing I found is this um bike mat, so that we know which road is safe to bike. So that's what I got, and I think we can kind of combine them because it's on the same day. So now, in summary, there are two plans. One plan is that we biking from this station to this station because they are in this area nearby our school, or we can choose to biking in this area so that we can attend both events. We can attend this one as well and then go biking to other station to get the gift. What do you think? Yeah, that's it. What idea do you guys have?
I think it's a great idea. So we're gonna use like public bicycle, or we have to use our own bike?
Yeah, I think they should have their own bike. Although I do see there's some website they are able to rent some bike. I think it's convenient if people have their own bike. Let me see.
We were trying to see if we could get some free Lime bike passes for students. The West Seattle or the City of Seattle Department of Transportation reached out to Evelyn and me about sustainability efforts, and they wanted to know if we could organize a free scooter trial, transportation bridge update kind of event. And we were like, well, we're not sure if students would come on campus just for that. But then we were talking about maybe combining it with the June 9th barbecue. And they were also going to be willing to give out free bike helmets. Remember, Evelyn?
Mhm.
But we couldn't get much traction on the free bike rentals. But there might be some other representatives that we have to contact about that. But the free scooter rentals or trials, they were definitely up for that. I guess that's a little different topic than what you're talking about right now for the bike day, but I just thought I'd mention that.
Oh, I see. But if we combine them with our graduation prayer day, then it's gonna be different day rather than May 20, right?
Right. I guess that's kind of what we're
Yeah.
reviewing right now. This event on May 20th is more like, it won't be on campus. It would be out in the community. And then
Yeah.
someone was asking about free bikes, because it's true. A lot of students don't have bikes. So then that's why I was bringing up the idea of partnering with some of those companies to see if they would offer some deals for our students. But it's, you know, today's what, May 11th? And so it's getting a little bit close for advertising. Remember, one of our rules is that we want to try to, usually we try to have minimum 3 weeks notice for any program so that we can do our best in advertising. So, but when it's a community event that's already established, I guess if you endorse it, you know, you can say that this is happening in the community already, and you might want to join in.
Yeah, I see. I think it's still okay to promote as long as like, because this program, it doesn't matter how many people attend. Like you can even go by yourself because they're outside organization, they already have a group there. You could just do like notification or give some information for our students so that they can attend like that.
Well, how many out of everyone that's on the call here, maybe write in the chat, or you could just say it, I guess, but how many of you would be interested in going to like this type of program? That maybe that'll give us an idea if it would be of interest to more students.
I do love the idea of it. I personally probably wouldn't go to something like that. Just for me.
I see.
Yeah, I would be interested too. But I would like to make sure like our student can attend, you know, like there will be free bikes for them. Like they can use public bikes. And it should be free event too.
If that's so, I think we can like use this bike share and then we pay the student for like for them to get this program and get some bike share.
That's a great idea, Evelyn. Now I don't think we would have enough time to get that all arranged with approval and our credit card and everything. But I think if you contacted the bike company and see if they would give out any vouchers, that would probably be the most time efficient right now, just because we're talking, if we're doing it on that May 20th.
Okay.
I did see a biker when I walked up to campus today. I parked down on the street and I saw a biker ride right up. I'm sure he was rushing to class. So there are some bikers. I don't see a lot of them in the bike racks. I think there were more before COVID. But I think electric bikes, you know, are the future, but they're just so expensive right now for students. And we got the big hills here too in West Seattle, so electric bikes would sure help. So, you know, if you think it's something that's worthwhile to promote or have some on display at the barbecue, it might be interesting for students.
I see. Okay, I'm gonna do more about it, and I will like inform you as soon as possible. Okay. Okay. I know there's another hand-on event that I can organize by myself. There's a park nearby. I'm gonna need a map. Just like some small some like a hiking stuff, but not actually hiking because it's just a park, not mountain. But it's a pretty great park. Yeah. I can actually organize an event so that some students they can attend to this park, and then we will walk from this. Can you see my mouse?
Yep.
Okay, you can walk from this entrance to and away all the way up to Alki Beach. Let's see this park. It's pretty. It's stunning. Yeah, I think so. I walked there once time and it's actually the prettiest park I ever seen.
And yeah, I have been in this park last time, like a few months back. And the thing which I didn't like about this park is when it gets rainy, the roads get so patchy, like it is so muddy and patchy when it gets rainy.
Mhm.
So I think for bikers, if it is rainy, that might be a big difficulties because
Yeah,
the
you
land
have
like,
to make
get
sure
really
the weather is
bad,
good.
bad situation it gets. Like you cannot step on it. You're like, oh, I can't imagine.
It's so true, Mim. I read on the blog last week that a 10-year-old boy got stuck in the mud and they had to
In
call
this
the
park,
fire. They had to call the
Nice.
911. He got stuck up to his knees and they couldn't pull him out. So there are
Oh.
sections there in the park that you do have to be careful.
Yes,
Yeah, I
and
see.
if you slip, you will fall directly down. Like some roads are so narrow and it's very deep. What I can say that, like hilly areas, like it's very deep. Like if you slip, like you will directly go at the bottom part.
Yeah.
I won't suggest that for biking, but I don't know biking, sorry about that.
I think it's still a good place to check out, and especially in this condition, we will want to visit this park in a group rather than individually. So if our school can organize so that people can join it more safely rather than go there by their own. And certainly if we go there, we will pick a nice day rather than rainy day. Let me see. Okay.
I can't remember if Schmitz Park has a porta potty right there. I know Lincoln Park does have bathrooms, but
Mhm.
that's one thing to consider too.
Okay. I see. Okay, I will do more research about it and see what is the next thing. Okay, the next thing is about the personality test. We are not able to like do it because it's too late and there's only 4 weeks left. And Monica, you have like recommend a website for us to do it individually? Rose, what do you want to say?
Yeah, well,
So if it's too late for us to do it, could we gift it forward to the next incoming group of officers?
absolutely. The only thing is that the fiscal year, ends in June, so we would have to look for the funding again. But absolutely, this is such a great idea that Evelyn presented for the team to do an MBTI. It just got to be a little bit too late, and then you know, there's only really 3 more weeks left of work now. So it was gonna, if we had done it in early April, we might have been able to swing it. But that's what I mentioned to the team, to the counselors as well, Rose, that we plan on this, you know, early fall quarter, so the whole team can benefit and actually apply what they've learned, you know, from that. But there are some shorter ones. There's one called True Colors, and I bet there's other activities too that you all know that we could do quickly in the next week or two, if that's something that you feel would be helpful.
Yeah, I see. Let me give you guys the website that I recommend. And if you want to do it, it probably just takes you less than half an hour, maybe about 10 minutes. I'm not sure, that depend on people, and they do ask a lot of great questions, and I think it's the most popular test for the personality test. And do you guys want to do it? And if we are doing it, then we can do it before next meeting, and at next meeting tell me about your result, and then I can do the short analyze for you guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll do it before the next meeting.
Yeah, it's actually a really like a lot of I mean, it's quite professional, and they have research paper to support such analysis. So that's it. Do anyone else? Monica, do you have your agenda to go through?
Okay, thank you, Evelyn. I just wanted to check in with Ahmed and Ashwak, who are our guests today, and I know they're both very interested in joining student government next year. And since this is their first meeting attending in that capacity, do you guys have any questions, or do you all have any questions about what the officers are reporting on, or the structure or anything?
Not at the moment, no.
No, not really, because I've like attended other meetings, so I kind of see how things work. Yeah.
Right, I know, Ashwak, you have last quarter attended. Yeah, so each officer, you know, has a certain role and certain area they're responsible for. And so throughout the week, they're working on projects. And once a week minimum, we get together to report out and share communication, so that we can support one another, and we can make sure we've touched base on different aspects of issues or programs. So sometimes it's hard to get everyone at this meeting, but it is important that we get the majority. Ashwak, did you have a question?
Oh yeah. Like, is there like a Google Doc that members work on, like throughout the week, for like their responsibilities?
Maybe someone could talk about Trello. That's really been this group's choice of communication, the tool that they use. Each year, each team decides themselves. You all are led by your president and your other officers, and so you all decide what tool to use to communicate effectively. And this year's team picked Trello. So if someone could just describe briefly how that works.
Yeah,
Maybe
I can jump in on here a little bit. So Trello is a website where it's like a collaborative group project. We we all have our cards and our own little sections where we can put our like agendas or stuff we're working on underneath. We also have certain like card sections for different projects where we can kind of collect information in one place, and it can be used to like share files and pictures and lots of things like that.
Last year's group used Discord, and the group before that used Slack. So there's different tools out there, but I appreciate your question, Ashwak, because it's a really important one. When you have 8 different people working on different projects and you need their input and you're representing, 4,000 students, wow, you really have to be on top of things. And so Anne was the one that recommended Trello, and I think it's been really great for this team, and it's really nice and visual. I find it very user-friendly myself, as an older techie here. But did that answer your question? And of course, when there's actually documents that need to be worked on, like Fung created the application on a shared drive, and there's often times like that where we have to do that too.
Yeah, that answered my question. Thank you.
Sure. So let's see, I'll continue with my report. I usually like to go last because I want to make sure we have enough time and everyone has shared what they've done for the week. I have to look up my agenda items in the chat here. Well, first of all, I just wanted to really thank and congratulate Anna for a fabulous program with Congresswoman Jayapal last week. It was really great, not just because it was our first inside program in over 2 years, but Anne put so much time and effort into this, and talk about communication, Ashwak, and communicated so effectively with Congresswoman Jayapal's her aide, and went back and forth and figured out the dates and the logistics and all this. So kudos to Anne, and then Fung and Rose and Evelyn, who came on the day of the program, and it really felt like a team effort on that day. Fung helped with the Zoom and everything. So what we usually do after a program like this, and Evelyn had a great program too the week before at the Seattle Art Museum, we call it debriefing. And so when you guys get out to the real world and do all of your great work as an employee and for other companies or other nonprofits, you'll debrief after you've organized something or after you had a major project. And so basically, when we debrief, we talk about, one, what went well, what were you really proud of, what went really great, what didn't go so well, or what would you do differently, and then what did you learn from it, so that you could maybe make recommendations for the next program that you work on. Do you want to just mention one thing, Anne, now, or do you want to do it in your report when you share out? Anna, sorry. All right, well, maybe Anna stepped away. We can have her share a little bit when she does her report, but I often ask my student leaders to write down those reflection questions and answers, so that you're thinking a little bit differently as you're writing down your thoughts, and then we also meet one-on-one to review how it went. So Anna and I will do that, and Evelyn, you and I still need to do that too, because I know you'll gain something from that before you plan your next program. Let's see, what was next on my, and feel free to write in the chat, any other kudos for Anna. Let's see, Rose, I still have agenda items. Okay. Next on my list was diversity grants. So as you all may remember, the city of Seattle awarded you $2,000 to devise a program that would meet some of your social justice and diversity goals. I'm still working with our grant advisor here on campus to get those funds. So it's not unfortunately going to happen this quarter. But as we mentioned before, I'm just updating you. I really want you all to make some recommendations for how that money will be spent for next year's team. So please think about that so that we'll be very clear on how that money will be used next year. I know some of you had some ideas. Another agenda topic here was sexual harassment policy training. So we got so busy the last few weeks, we didn't get to review this, but has everyone had a chance to go in there on your Canvas page and watch those videos and take the trainings?
Do you mean the sexual harassment training?
Right.
Yeah, I did that last week.
Thank you, Evelyn. Is there anyone else that,
I finished mine.
great. Well, if you haven't done it, or if you don't see it in your Canvas page, please let me know. The key takeaway from, what, I know we're in the interest of time, it's 5 to 10. I'll send out some information. I did send out the links on the policies and things, but I'll send out an email on that and we can chat about it online a little bit more. So yeah, it's May 11th already. And so the last USA meeting of the quarter will be June 8th. So that means I think there's just 4 more meetings. And I will be out of town on the last one because my daughter's graduating. I think I mentioned that last time. I'm traveling to Chicago to go to her graduation. She'll be graduating from DePaul with her first bachelor's degree. So we're really proud of her. And so your last USA meeting will be on June 8th. And so I'm just reminding you, as Fung was wondering about your last guests of the quarter, so think about, if there's any other projects or administrators that you need to talk to about some issues that you want to address before your last meeting. And then your last workday will be June 9th at the barbecue. I also have a checklist that I usually distribute to all the USA members when their year is up, so that you can review and reflect on your year, or some of you I know only worked a quarter or two. But the main thing is that we want you to write down a reflection on what your position was like this year and what advice you would give to your next year's officer who will have your position. And this can be helpful for the team next year. So a lot of students get so busy towards the end that they don't have time to do it. So that's why I'm giving you a little advance notice now, and I'll send it out this week. But it doesn't have to be long, but as long as you give some thought to what would help, your next officer in your position. Maybe like, remember, there's always that question of, like, what would have helped? What would you have liked to have known, when you first started your position that you didn't know? And then food pantry updates. I just wanted to mention a few things there. We're serving up to 181 students now every Wednesday through the DoorDash delivery from the north parking lot. And we're giving out free bags of non-perishables right from the Student Life front desk here. Students just have to request that through me, and then I give them a link to an online form. basically non-perishables like ramen and Gatorade and snacks, and we're getting a lot of donations from the bookstore. So if you hear of any students who are food insecure, please remind them about those opportunities. That's it for me. Rose, are you next? Or were there any questions for me?
And I mean, Monica, I have a big question.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's regarding my personal issue that
Yes.
I'm facing a problem with my housing. So can you tell me whom can I contact about that?
Housing?
Yes.
I would suggest the benefits hub. I'll send you an email and they can help you with housing. And I know, Mim, your other question about your timesheet, our office
Yes.
manager is working on that. We did a little troubleshooting yesterday, but we still have to contact the payroll department to figure out why it's not showing up on your end. So I'm sorry again, that's taking so long, but we'll
No problem.
keep track of those hours and we'll have to put them on there later.
Yeah, I hope so. It worked very faster as soon as possible.
Any other questions? Otherwise, Rose is next.
Yes. I'm done. Thank you.
Awesome. So quick updates, but I can do this really quickly. There is the presentation to the Seattle College's Board of Trustees on Thursday. Dean Johnson and I have been preparing for that, so wish us well. It'll all be over by this time next week. I did have a question about the hiring flyer. So the one on Trello has a application due date of April 29th. I was wondering if whoever has access to that raw file, if they could put an updated date on it so that it would be easier to send out to different places. Because otherwise it's going to get confusing. If students see like, oh, the deadline was 2 weeks ago, why would they bother to apply, right? The third thing is I would really like to come to the student life meeting at 12:30 today, if you'll send me a link, because I want to kind of spearhead the initiative to get other clubs involved with that so we can make it a bigger day if we can. Those are my things.
For the flyer, I just upload the update just recently, a few minutes ago. You can check it out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let me know if you see it. And I can forward you the Zoom link right now for the meeting at 12:30.
Oh, I see the new flyer, and yeah, if you just want to forward it to me now, and yeah, because I really just want to go there so I can get the information, so I can reach out with accurate information to the club leaders. By the way, Monica, thank you so much for that list of clubs.
Yeah, and those are, we don't have a club center coordinator this year. Unfortunately, we just, our Dean Dan was working on that, but there's been a big delay. So we came up with that affinity group list. We're not calling them clubs because in order to be an official club, you have to be sanctioned, and we really need more support to have someone do that, because most of the clubs are going to want funding, and then there's more involved with that too, because there's rules around SNA funding. Long story short, that list I sent you is a district-wide affinity list, and a lot of it is identity-based. So I'm not sure how helpful it'll be for you for the barbecue on June 9th, but I thought I'd send it along.
Thank you. I'll look through it and work through it and try and figure out which ones are South Seattle close to.
Okay. Rose, is there anything else?
No, that's all from me. Thank you.
Oh, and do you need like agenda items for BOT? Or are you good?
No, I just wanted to give you the update that that is this week, and it's going fine so far.
Okay, that's great.
So if I could
So,
mention something, Fung, real quick on that. No, thank you for bringing up the Board of Trustee report. So as president, so I know there's some folks on the call here that are interested in president for next year. The president is responsible for going to a monthly Board of Trustees report, board meeting, and writing a report. And they work with me on that to send it on to administration. But yeah, Addie usually is responsible for that, but we have a backup too. But Fung was asking then about what items to share, and that report is going to be due very soon, Fung. So thanks for reminding us all. But we'll probably just do that on email and ask for people's updates, or we'll get it from the notes from this meeting. But it is this Thursday, and Anna's going in Addie's place.
okay, gotcha. Thank you, Monica. And does anyone else has any question? Okay, so I seen that we go through all the agenda item today. And since there's no question, you can also email each other. And yeah, thank you everyone to come.
Thank you for leading today, Fong, and thank you everyone for participating.
Thank you. Have a good day. See you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Bye.
good one.
Thank you.